Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day, taking a look here at Solana, see what's going on. Of course, Solana taking off on a weekend. This makes perfect sense, especially with a bullish Friday leading into it. So what we want to talk about here is liquidation levels. My guess is we'll see 160 hit and the price pulls back. But again, as of late, Solana has been defying the laws of trading, so really it's hard to say specifically. Let's see here where we're at with liquidation levels first and kind of go from there. And if you are new to the channel, maybe you've been watching for a while, hit the like button, comment below. Absolutely appreciate that. We'll look forward to seeing what's going on here. Let's take a look at liquidation. Now again, if we look at the most recent 7 days, you don't see a ton, right? But we got some previous data here back from August 20th, roughly 3 trading days ago. We can see here that the price action was swept, right? That 150 level. We talked about that, all good. However, we zoom out and we look at this here, some previous shorts back all the way from August 11th through the 9th. We can see there is some leverage left there, the liquidation, somewhere in the range of about 2 billion at 160 even, okay? There's not a lot above that unless you kind of zoom out to this 185 mark. It's a totally different story though. Okay, so 160 would probably be the most immediate target for Solana. So just keep that in mind. Just heaven forbid the price hits that level, we should see a pullback from there. It's very common for those liquidation sweeps to hit and then pull right back. Okay, as we can kind of see here, reflect on the charts, there's some buy side liquidity there that has just got swept here. So it may even be said and done. Keep in mind, Bitcoin is maintaining its range at 64,000 and Solana is doing better. Okay, Solana has, ever since it broke free from its little resistance here to 145, has been taking off. I know Bitcoin did too, but Solana's been basically 2x of Bitcoin to the upside as of late. So just bear in mind, this coin is very bullish. Be very, very careful shorting into this coin. We have a short open with an average position, I think in the 146, 147 range. And there's a solid chance that if the price comes back to the low 150s, we're just going to go ahead and close that at a small loss and call it. Okay. Again, it's a low leverage trade, not a big deal, but on the same accord, it's still one of those situations where, you know, the price just continued to run. By the time I woke up and saw the price, it's like, okay, well, we got to probably do something about this. Either way, you have to make those kind of calls. It's just very normal in trading, so try not to overthink it. It's exactly the reason why I don't love shorting this coin. And with you know, some volatility over the weekend, it doesn't feel too good to hold a trade open like this. But the truth is, and we just got to acknowledge this here, there's a monstrous amount of fair value between 145 and 152. Okay, so this coin, among other coins, significantly gapped up, if you will, and continued to run without any retracement. So a lot of times, actually 99% of the time, you will see fair value gaps get filled. If you look at every single fair value gap in the past, they all inevitably get filled eventually. Okay, it's just a matter of when at this point. Price could continue higher before it comes lower. That's absolutely the thing, but just know these fair value gaps are potentially going to get swept eventually, and there's no other way to really kind of perceive that. We do take a look here, of course, at the daily time frame. We can recognize we've broken free from 50 on the RSI, stochastic swinging up strong, money flow increasing, and MACD converging. Okay, so these are all bullish signs. We take a look at the SMA. We're now above every single moving average, okay? So it might be a better case scenario for the price to pull back to 155 or 150. It might not even come down as low as 146, okay? So again, keep that in mind. This is not like a perfect situation for, you know, those who are trying to bet against this coin. But the more important thing to recognize, we got this resistance shelf here from recent back from August 10th. That is at 164, 165 mark. Okay, so just know that's still there. But again, this being a weekend, Bitcoin going sideways, not pulling back like it should, that we're seeing this happen here. Now, here's the interesting thing about this coin right now. I've done some research because, again, I cover Solana daily. And I've looked at TD sequential, basically what this does, if you're not familiar, and it's unfortunately no longer available for free because just copyright issues. But generally speaking, this coin, when it hits a 9 on TD sequential, it is extremely common for the price action to pull back and to turn around. At the very least, it consolidates for a day or two. So at this point here, with us being at a 9 on TD sequential, we are massively overextended. It would make less sense for the price to continue to run upwards. But again, this is cryptocurrency, folks. It's not very much sensibility goes into it, right? If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. That's just kind of how it goes. But the simple way to understand it is that we are overextended here. We've been running for this in the same direction for 36 hours straight with no correction. As you can see, these fair value gaps essentially let us know that there has been no correction in a lot of ways, right? Fair value between 152 and 150 even. We look at the larger time frame, 146 to 150. Like every single time frame, it has these gaps essentially where the price just goes up without correction. Anyways, all that combined together, we look at RSI being over 70. This is a common rule of thumb here. When the RSI is over 70, you do not consider trading against a coin. Okay, so I would not recommend opening a short at this point. It doesn't make a ton of sense. You want to wait for the RSI to come back down before you consider closing your long position. Okay, so we're a long ways from recommending a short. At this point, the consideration is to leave your long position open, okay, because it's probably going to continue to run. I think 160 to 164 would make perfect sense at this point. Again, just based on the overall sentiment that we're seeing here, take a look at this here as well. We've got 2 9s on TD sequential. The more 9s you hit on TDS, the less likely it is to continue in that direction. Okay, so again, we hit an overextended state here, retrace or consolidated for about 4 hours, shoots up to overextend itself again. Now we're pushing up past that level, so we didn't even get a full-on reset here. Okay, so again, I would say greed is a very real thing here right now for Solana, and generally speaking, there's ways to approach this, but the simple way to understand it is that you want to be very careful, I guess, is probably the best approach. At least if you're considering taking a short. I would much rather you wait longer to consider a short, or not even at all. It doesn't make a ton of sense. This is a very strong convergence here. And as I've mentioned the last couple of days here, it's if you're considering shorting, I would not do that here with Solana. I know it seems contradictory, but we opened our short trade about I think it was 3 days ago. So again, different situations for different strategies here, but the overall sentiment, if we can see this here with Elliott Wave, just so you know, in case you're curious about what these lines are on the chart, is pretty straightforward. We had our first leg up, a second leg down, and then of course we're on the impulse wave right now, still discovering our top. If and when, just say hypothetically this is the top, the price will pull back to either 0.382, 0.5, or 0.618. Okay, these are common retracement levels. It's not 100% guaranteed. So if you're watching other influencers and you're only ever basing your trades on Elliott Wave, I think you probably should diversify a little more. It's just not the best way to go because it's a very unilateral perception. But it is very consistent because it's based on Fibonacci, and Fibonacci can be very, very good in trading, right? Should be used in combination with other things, but once more, that's kind of a realisticness of it, okay? All that being said, if this does occur, we could see somewhere in the range of 150, 149, and 147. This is just kind of, I'm rounding up a little bit, but those are the 4 areas there, or 3 areas rather, that would be areas of interest, okay? And that's essentially what we're looking at. Invalidation can occur if it comes lower. We're not even close to that. I don't think that's going to happen right away or at all. But the simple way to understand it here is that Solana is strong, okay? I would not recommend betting against it for the moment, right? Especially on a weekend. Weekends are really weird. I do not like trading weekends. So I'll probably adjust our take profit targets here for this coin and just kind of adjust things according to that liquidation here at 160 and make sure that we're kind of all on the same page here. But simply put, I want to say thank you so much again for watching. Appreciate you liking, commenting below if you get a chance, and obviously helping grow the channel. I do appreciate you. Look forward to seeing the next one. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Take care.